everybody, and welcome. My name is Moni Hernandez with the Colorado Springs Hispanic Business Chamber. I'm the vice chair, and today I have the pleasure to be speaking with Tracy Litz, the CMO of Kudos Media. Now, Tracy, not only has given us this Lunch and Learn series along with Paul Witherhill for the last several months, since September actually. We started off in September where we did Website 101 and SEO. Also in September, we talked about Marketing 101. In October, we did a Lunch and Learn series about targeted advertising. In November, we did a social media brand ambassador Lunch and Learn, and today is the last Lunch and Learn for Kudos Media, and I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about OTT and CTV. Now, before I introduce Tracy, I actually would like to give you a little bit of information on Tracy. Tracy has 20 years in marketing as a marketing consultant. In the same position with a huge heart for helping businesses achieve their goals. Over the years, she has worked with the industry leaders such as Toyota, Coca-Cola, Co-America Bank, Southwest Airlines, helping to launch Kudos Digital Media back in 2019 and bringing it to where it is today. Tracy is equipped with Kudos and many more with the data-backed solutions across the digital landscapes, social media strategies, building brand exposure, and much more, helping new businesses develop strategic marketing strategies that deliver results. So welcome, Tracy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moni, for this opportunity today. You know, I really have a lot to share today. I'm so excited to give you, as well as all the members of the chamber, a lot of information on why and how to utilize the connected TV services out there. So I'm going to share my screen with you now so that we can dive right in.
Awesome. And I guess my first question to you is going to be, you know, what is OTT and CTV?
Well, before I dive right into that, you know, Moni, again, thank you so much for this. I'm going to dive right into the OTT CTV platforms. One of the great things about them is how they are non-skippable. Their immersive content format allows the advertiser to engage with a unique audience who's committed to that content, right? That content that they have, you know, is their favorite TV show or their favorite program, or maybe the latest movie that's out on that streaming service. So it's got their attention and we're able to reach that audience in a captured environment. You know, it's a unique group of video consumers, and advertisers can't reach them with traditional TV commercials. Because as we know, more and more people are cutting the cords, right? They're eliminating that traditional TV service. So this not only allows us to reach those individuals, but we can also narrow it down to certain geo-optimized targeting. So we can narrow it down to a zip code, to even smaller than that, to even those 4-digit extensions of zip codes. So we can really make sure that your messaging is delivered to the households and the devices that you want to engage with.
So I guess the next question, you know, I'm going to go ahead and read the headliner there. What is OTT and CTV? Why is it so important?
You will, with this tactic, and may it stand alone or may it be your addition to some of your other marketing tactics, it helps increase results. We eliminate the waste because, just like I had said before, we're strategically targeting that message right down to that household that you know is interested in your service. As traditional TV viewing decreases, brands are turning to this for that reason. You know, their fragmented audiences is very targeted and measurable by using this tactic. Traditional and national reach and frequency buys on streaming TV are inefficient and only scratch the surface of what OTT really has to offer. Brands now have an opportunity to pinpoint that audience, right? reach right into that whole household and send them that message. May it be your message about an upcoming event, or may it just be branding about your company, or may it be a call to action, something that's exciting that will really get people off of their couch and moving through the doors of your business or to your website, or however we are directing them to act. As more and more people work from home, the viewing across these devices and using the service has soared, as you can imagine. I know myself, I have definitely more time to catch up on my favorite TV programs than I ever did before. So allowing that extra time is really giving these advertisers that ability to reach me when I want to be reached during, a leisure activity, when I'm not feeling that these messages are intrusively reaching into my life.
Yeah, and that is so true. I mean, how many people are on their digital devices while they're at home? That's when you usually, when you're working, you don't have time for it. So, next question is, why is OTT and CTV important?
As we mentioned before, how subscriptions for traditional TV is going down. OTT video viewer forecasted has done the exact opposite. We have seen tremendous growth naturally in this past year. As we live through history in the making, a lot of the habits are changing. And one of those habits is how we're, viewing our content. So here just kind of gives you that emarketer.com supported data showing you the growth across the millions from 2015 to what they're projecting in 2024. Very interesting to see. And I know yourself, or I know myself for sure, Amazon Prime is something I use on a daily basis, as well as several other platforms, the Hulus of the worlds, the YouTubes. They are used quite often in my house across every age demographic, from my young son who utilizes YouTube daily, and I, of course, am more on the other side of it. So it's really great to see how all the different networks are really making it possible for people to see their programming, what they're interested at their leisure. Forgive me about that.
So it's okay. So, and it is amazing how you can just pick up your device and go into these different outlets and search for stuff. Before, even if you want to look for a definition of a word, you can go to Google. And before, it was like we need a dictionary, back in our days. And our kids grab these phones like they own them. They actually know. And some of them don't even know how to read, and they already know how to go to YouTube because they know that logo. But let's talk about, why is OTT and CTV is important. We're going to continue on with showing some numbers, Trace.
So over the years, we've really seen a big change in the age groups, right? As cord cutting has become more and more popular, OTT has grown naturally. But what we've noticed is that the baby boomers segment, or our generation, is even growing when it comes to OTT and CTV, because these networks are learning that, it's not only important to reach individuals, the Gen Zs or the millennials or the Gen Xs, but it's really making sure that the content that people are looking for is available for every generation. And so watching these numbers change over the years has been very interesting, as well as reaching everybody across all diversity angles, female, male, it's kind of split there. And it's pretty interesting to see how much it's grown throughout every segment that they're sharing these numbers with. So what is your own personal experience, Moni, on how much you have used OTT more over the last year than in prior?
My experience with it is, I can tell you that before I really didn't like looking at different websites on my on my phone and all that good stuff. So, and even to see those numbers with the Hispanic community, that 33%, that's huge. Now, a lot of non-English speakers can actually go and search for stuff in Spanish and they get those results. So just to see that, that has been a big deal where, before everything was in English, but now they can actually search in Spanish. So that's why I can see why that percentage is at 33. And my perspective is it's only going to grow more.
Absolutely, I agree. And you know what I've noticed on that same token with the Hispanic community is more and more of those platforms that are 100% in Spanish language are now streaming. So love watching how it's growing, right? Love to see how it grows across and more networks coming to our list of capable networks to be streamed across.
Nice. And just even
Our
seeing,
inventory and data providers are growing every day.
yeah, just
Go
to
ahead. I'm sorry.
just to even see that, you have Nielsen up there, Experian, ComScore, we're Equifax, These are all major names. These are all names that people are familiar with, as well as the premium streaming TV content.
And this is in that I'm so glad we're going to share this with the audience today because it's very important to understand that not only is this capability at your fingerprints to reach everybody when they're comfy on their couch or cozying into their bed for the night and watching their favorite program that are found on some of these great channels, right? But it's making sure that the data that we have on each audience member that we're sending your message to is accurate and it's being discovered or shared in real time. So we're not using out-of-date data. That's how this platform has become so powerful because it's not wasting a dollar of that advertiser's budget. It's making sure that audience that we're sending that message to in real time is interested in that service across, of course, many of these streaming platforms that you are probably very familiar with yourself. I know myself, I have watched and enjoyed several of these channels and across several devices. So, and know that after I search for that pair of boots that I really honestly don't need another pair of on my phone, and then I go to watch my favorite TV program streamed across one of these channels, those boots are popping up and they're stalking me, which is driving me back to my phone. And at the end, I'm getting a knock or a ring on my door, and those boots magically appear. So I love how that works in today and age, how we can see something, order it, and the next thing you know, it's at your door and on your feet before you know it. So one of the great things about us learning about the audiences that we're sending the messages to.
That is awesome. Because even when you talk about a particular boots or a particular event going on, all of a sudden you see these ads that come right at you. And, that's the good thing. It is, like you said, kind of scary. It's kind of, they're stalking you, but in a business aspect, that's what you want. You want to target that consumer, that person that's going to go and generate revenue for your business. So this leads on to the next question, which is, let's talk about some digital media best practices.
So of course, there's a lot of great results and of course a lot of great tools that we can use on OTT, but it's knowing your digital media strategy and making sure that you're using platforms and tactics that align with and will deliver those results. So some of the things that you can put in place that will bring out the best results for you is finding a reliable company to be your in-house digital agency. And what I mean by that is finding someone that you can partner with that will understand all of your tactics and make sure that there's zero duplication in your buying, so that every dollar that you spend is giving you that return. Finding support and access to, those vendor partnerships that you find with agencies like ours. We have relationships with the networks that run ads across your ABC, NBC, CBS, your Hulus, your YouTubes. So it's really making sure that you're aligned with the right vendors that utilize those platforms. We also want to make sure that we're monitoring, and you have the ability to reach out and monitor your campaigns if on a daily basis is important, or weekly, or however those numbers need to be shared so that you can use that information to grow your business in other areas or know how to focus your energy. We want to maintain a blended approach to all tactics so that you are not only building brand awareness, but you're also having the ability to create call to action as well as conversation and engage with that audience. You want to make sure that you have complete transparency when it comes to that reporting, so that is a tool that helps you save money in more areas other than just marketing. And that's why customized reporting is so important. And then we really want to make sure that your business is understanding what ABCD testing of your messaging is. Now, what we use that for is that we want to make sure that we are sharing the right tone and message and verbiage that your audience engages with, that they connect with. May it be the images, may it be the verbiage. So that's why we always recommend for our clients that we run several ads. We then test those ads to see which one is working best. And then we share, of course, all that information with you. How this is used with some of our current and past clients is they then take that image, should I say, and they use it on their other tactics. May it be printing brochures for in office for doctors. Or may it be a social post and they really want to engage with mothers, and they have found that there's a lot of click-throughs or a lot of engagement with certain creative. So it's us really being the partner in that way to help you in helping your business grow across every layer, so that we can continue to help you sleep at night and put those troubles that keep you up to rest. And of course, at the end of the day, we've got to stay in good standings, or we want to understand how the Googles of the world are looking at and understanding and ranking us when somebody searches for our service. And so having a great in-house digital agency will help you understand how to better improve your search rankings, and a lot more on that. I could bore you to death if I really dove into that. So we'll save that for individual conversations. But now we really will jump back into Moni.
Trace, before we move on to the FAQs, I want to go back really quick and just kind of really touch on that ABC testing. It's really, usually when we're dealing with clients, or when you're a business owner and you have a particular idea in mind, that this is what you want to do, this is what you want the message to say, and this is what you want the graphics to be, with that ABC testing, when you have a variety of different graphics and content that you are putting out there to the world, and just to see, what is the most effective, what has the most click-through rates, what has the most views, right? I think that is just so important with that ABC testing. I think it's really cool how Kudos does that. So going into the FAQs, I would, this is one of the questions that I hear a lot, how do you define OTT, which is connected TV, and advertising?
Well, we would start to define OTT advertising as an emerging creative channel within digital advertising, allowing for the placement of video ads on mobile connected TV and big screen devices to reach those TV viewers, right? Through emerging devices such as Roku, Amazon Prime, Sling TV, DirecTV Now, Twitch, and I just seen a commercial for Discovery Plus that's launching that I'm pretty excited about because it's got Food Network on it come January 4th. So I will be a subscriber to that. But it's reaching people across these, more and more platforms that are coming out every day.
That includes the Xbox as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the Xboxes, they have all of these same channels are available to download on those devices as well.
Nice.
My son uses YouTube on his Xbox, so and he's always getting ads, and I'm wondering why are they sending this to him? But because they know I'm watching in the background.
Exactly. That's why. Why is connected TV advertising a great method for digital advertising?
Back to kind of what we went over, right? It's reaching that core audience with the hyper-local segmented audience targeting. A few big picture trends worth considering when thinking about OTT is 3 in 4 US broadband households utilize connected TV devices. With traditional TV advertising, your targeting is limited to just a DMA, schedule and day parts, right? With OTT advertising, you have one-on-one targeting and valuable customers in their households in real time. Cable subscriptions are declining incredibly fast. OTT advertising provides a 32% higher lift in brand perception through CTV compared to traditional TV. 41% of individuals reached on a connected device were unique and not reached by an ad on traditional TV. And finally, one of the biggest ones that I love, with OTT, you have unmatched audience targeting, utilizing 3 different methodologies, including addressable, behavioral, and demographic targeting. Unseen on your traditional TVs. So that's why I love to present it to clients and hear about all the great results after we run a campaign.
Nice. And what a lot of people are probably watching right now and they're thinking, what is the cost of OTT advertising?
A lot of people are thinking that because, traditional TV has always been known to be expensive, right? OTT and connected TV advertising are still relatively inexpensive compared to those traditional ways, and even cable TV, right? When you see as high as a $5 per spot or impressions on TV buys, OTT advertisers can go as low as 6 cents per spot or impression. Just a reminder for the audience, an impression is an eyeball. So 6 cents for me to put your message in front of a person or a set of eyeballs that align with your brand or have searched for your product or service in the past. That's what an impression does. So we are seeing ranges from $35 per 1,000 impressions, so 1,000 eyeballs, all the way up to $100 per 1,000 impressions, right? Now those prices vary on how strategic and how granular we're going to go on that targeting, right? If you just want moms, we're going to be closer to the 35. If you want moms with blonde hair, blue eyes, and drive blue cars, we're going to be close to 100 because that'll be a little more work on our end to find those individuals. But that's what I love to do. So give me a challenge. Challenge me to find that audience that will help your business grow. Because the cost largely depends on the platform and the type of networks that we're having to go across to find that specific mom for your audience or for your message.
And even if there's people that want to target the Hispanic audience, that's how you do it, right?
Absolutely. So we want to reach that Hispanic audience that loves a certain type of music or goes to, does a certain activity every weekend or loves to travel during the summer to certain parts of Colorado. We want to share that with you so that you can reach them.
And I know someone out there is thinking this. Let's say it's a business or a company that wants to target the Hispanics, but they don't speak Spanish. Will you help them translate their ads into Spanish to target that audience?
Absolutely. And we can not only can we help you translate, but we also have creative teams that can make those ads for you. So you have nothing to worry about. We kind of handle it all for you. Bring it all together in one package and make it available so you can use that content across even social media. If that's another tactic that makes sense for your goals or for your strategy.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, why is OTT better than traditional advertising?
We've kind of went over this a bit, but it's just making sure that we're targeting that exact audience you want to reach versus that broad DMA. We really want to make sure that every dollar you're spending is not being wasted. I've been in the world of advertising for a very long time and sold a lot of radio and have had a lot of success in that. But when I was selling radio, I was selling the entire market. Not everybody in the market needed a new blue Chevy, right? Only certain people like blue cars. So that's kind of how OTT has helped me better serve those clients trying to reach that specific audience.
Okay, and then talk a little bit about what information can you report in your analytics dashboard?
Transparency is very important to me, and making sure that I'm, delivering all of those great analytics. Now, those analytics will come in a customizable dashboard that you can have access to, or we send reporting as requested in a PDF format. But all of those analytics, they can anything from impressions that you want to know how many eyeballs I put your message in front of. Geolocation data. So we have a current campaign where we're running across an entire city, right? And we are utilizing every zip code within that city. But that client is really interested in learning which zip code is getting more action than the next, right? So we're able to share all that great information, and they're able to use that for other uses that they need. We want to share cost, right? What's your cost per impression? How much is it costing to reach that eyeball? What happens once we deliver them to your website? Are they doing the task that we want them to do, right? Are they filling out that form? Are they entering, the contact us data that we want? We want to learn about the devices they're using, the channels that they prefer. If they've completed a video when it comes to the OTT platform. This is very important, right? Did they fully watch that entire commercial? So we want to be able to share all that information, as well as we can get into Nielsen metrics, which is that third-party provider that gives us, the numbers that are very commonly known when it comes to measuring accountability in our day and age.
And I want to just kind of elaborate a little bit on what you said, as trying to see what the person is going to do next. You also, with that analytics dashboard, you're able to see the people that do like call to action as well, right?
Absolutely. So we work with you and your business to kind of understand what happens to that person that we deliver to your website. For instance, they come to your website, they browse around, they do certain activity on your website. We want to be able to share that information with you so that we know if they didn't do the desired action, let's retarget them and bring them back, right? Let's stock them like those boots always do every time I look for shoes across the internet. Let's bring them back. Let's get them to do that desired action, or let's get them to engage with you, ask questions, get involved, really start a conversation between you and your future client or customer.
That's awesome. And I just want to thank you, Trace. Before we wrap up our little luncheon that we have here, I do want to just highlight again, just the past events that we've done with Kudos and the Colorado Springs Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, which was, highlighting what was social media, the brand ambassadors, and it's important when creating a conversation and engagement, branding, customer loyalty, help brand your and stand out in a crowd, marketing, website, marketing 101, targeting, all that is what we've covered the last several months here with the Lunch and Learn series with the Colorado Springs Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank your team, Trace, for giving the Colorado Springs Hispanic Chamber business members a chance to learn a little bit about more, because digital advertising it can seem really complex, especially to the business owners that have only done traditional marketing. So thank you.
Absolutely, Moni, and thank you so much for bringing that up. That's what we're here to do. We want to not only share with you strategies to reach the audience, but I want to be a resource and a true partner in educating you and giving you resources so that you know exactly what digital advertising means, all the different types of digital advertising, and what's important about each of those tactics. And that's why we've really enjoyed partnering with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce over these past couple months, and really, hoping to educate all those business owners to drive success within their business. We are here to help anyone who ever needs help, guidance. As I always say, conversations are free. I love to have a passion for business owners, so please reach out at any time. Our contact for Colorado Springs is your one and only Moni. You can reach her, and her email will be on this presentation that we will be sharing with everybody. But she has been a tremendous friend of mine and very knowledgeable when it comes to the Hispanic community. And she loves Colorado Springs and everybody that lives there. I've tried to drag her out of Colorado many times, and she won't come. I love how she has passion for businesses. We've worked together for over 15 years in different businesses and different industries. And at the end of the day, all I can say about Moni is that she has the biggest heart and the most passion in helping businesses grow.
Oh, thank you so much, Trace. It's been a pleasure working with you the last 15 years. It definitely it doesn't even seem like it's that long, and I still feel like I'm 20, just kidding.
I stopped counting myself, so I'm with you.
I just want to thank you. And for anyone out there watching right now, if you have any questions on digital media, feel free to reach out to myself or to even Tracy. Tracy, go ahead and give your phone number just in case they have any questions.
My direct line is 661-706-6267. That again is 661-706-6267. Thanks,
Awesome.
Moni.
Well, thank you so much, Trace, and we look forward to a new year, 2021 coming up. I'm so excited. I'm so over 2020, and I know that there's going to be a lot of changes coming in with the Colorado Springs Hispanic Chamber. So if you don't know, now you know. So keep in the loop, read those emails that Joe sends out, because they're definitely very well informative. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Trace, and have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.